to the 2018 Utah State General Legislative Session. I'm Senator Jake Andrake. Today I'm coming to you to talk about Article 5 conventions, or Convention of States. The reason I'm doing this is I'm responding to many questions that have come from my recent constituent survey where I asked, do you favor or do you oppose Article 5 conventions? Many people reached out and said, what's the backstory here? I don't know why you're asking this. I don't know if I have an opinion. So to that end, I wanted to help people understand what an Article 5 convention is and why it is important, why I would love your feedback. So the Constitution of the United States actually, under Article 5, here's my copy of the Constitution, Article 5 basically sets forth two pathways for which we can entertain or adopt amendments to the Constitution. The first pathway is that Congress shall act and pass a proposed amendment, and that proposed amendment that passes Congress goes to each of the state legislatures. And those legislatures, 3/4 of them, would have to vote to ratify those amendments. That's how we got the 27 amendments in the Constitution as they currently are. The second pathway is what is known as a Convention of States. And Article 5 sets out that if 2/3 of the states pass resolutions calling for a Convention of States, then a convention shall be held, and then it shall be held for the purposes of entertaining amendments to the Constitution. So if you do this second pathway where a Convention of States is held, you typically would like to hold it for certain limited issues, let's say maybe term limits or balanced budget amendments, where we force the federal government to do certain things. Then such an amendment, proposed amendment, ratified at the convention, would still have to go back to the state legislatures, where 3/4 of the state legislatures would have to ratify that amendment in order to make it law. So the pros and cons of holding an Article 5 convention really come down to two things. Number one, the pros are that you can actually, we the states can change the course of the federal government. We can say, we don't like this. You know, we want you to balance your budget every single year. We want you to have term limits. That is where the states can actually direct the federal government in how they function. Those are, I think, worth pursuing. I think that those are things that we should at least take a look at. I don't know if we're there yet, but I think that at some point we will do an Article 5 convention to kind of, rein in the federal government. The cons are, though, that we potentially open up the rest of the Constitution to subjective change. You know, perhaps you get this convention set up and it's supposed to be for a limited subject, but then the delegates of that convention who control the agenda could change it and actually start messing with like the Second Amendment and other aspects of the Bill of Rights, state sovereignty and whatnot. So that is what an Article 5 convention is in a nutshell. There are pros, there are cons. I was curious as to where my constituents sat on this, and I would look forward to more input. You can always reach out to me. Shoot me an email at jandrag@le.utah.gov. You can call me at 801-901-3580. Reach out to me on social media. I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to engaging with you about Article 5 conventions and many other issues. So from the Capitol Complex in Salt Lake City, 2018 General Legislative Session, this is Senator Andrake saying, see you next time.